Hey guys, Monke here to do a different video today. We're currently walking up to my buddies because I got a few things I'm bringing up to them. I think I mentioned him a few times. My brother got him this Optimus Prime. We got two of them for $5 up at Waterville. There was a fair recently up there. They were showing off some pretty cool cars and selling a bunch of stuff, and there's this really sweet vendor, actually, absolutely sweet guy. So yeah, I got that from him. Then my buddy, him and I did a temporary trade for well, not even temporary, it was actually a proper trade a while back, but sorry, it's been a while since I've been on a walk. I'll say, if you guys know, I'm an absolute big back. But yeah, currently on my way up to my buddies. I also got during our trade, he gave me Galvatron's instructions. My dumbass forgot to give them back to him, so now I'm on my way all the way up this big old hill. It's gonna be a bit of a process, but you know, it's the usual. It's honestly not too bad though. I've been wanting to go on a walk for a while. You know, I'm like a damn dog. It's being stuck inside for too long gets me anxious. It's starting to rain too. If some of you guys don't know, I absolutely love the rain. It feels great. Yeah, as you can see, the rain's already starting to fall. Got some droplets on the ground. Got my trench coat on. Let's see, can I flip the camera? Is that possible? I'm not sure. No, it's not. Got the trench coat on. I'm not sure how well that showed. Yeah, the usual. Honestly, it's nice out here though. It's been a while. I used to go on walks all the time when I was younger. I used to do soccer for 7 years before COVID hit. Oh man, should have seen me when I was younger. I would serve out a mean kick, or an absolutely devastating one. Undefeated, you know? My final year of soccer. Wins and ties, that was it. That was it. There's no losses for us. There's this one kid on our team. I won't use his full name, only initials. CK. This guy. Him and I don't talk too much nowadays, but we were decent friends. He would flip the hell out whenever something didn't go his way. You know? Not sure if you guys ever had kids like that or worked with kids like that. But he would freak out whenever one of us made even the smallest mistake. You know? He'd be like, "That's bullshit! Fuck!" Like, this is a young kid, by the way, in not Little League, but actually it might have been Little League. Either way, this is a kid in the middle of a soccer game, not by school, just like optional sign-up soccer, and I find it absolutely hilarious because it's not every day you meet a kid that's just like that, you know? But yeah, just heading up now, getting closer to the turn. Sidewalk kind of stops around this turn point too, which actually really sucks. Not the worst though. Sorry if I'm breathing really heavily into the mic or into the speaker, by the way. Just how it is. I want to make sure you guys can hear me, but that also means you guys really can hear me. That includes the heavy breathing, the suckiness of it all, you know? Yeah, I've been trying to visit my buddy for a little while now. We go a few years back. One of the closest friends I've ever had. Probably is the closest. Only friend I've truly called a brother, that's for sure. and the only friend I've ever actually truly meant it. But yeah, gonna be starting driving school tomorrow. Got my learner's permit, or not my learner's, my temporary permit. In 1 to 2 weeks, I'll be getting my official one, which will be nice. I've been trying to get that for a while, which is gonna be awesome. I remember how excited I was when I was younger. I'm gonna get a Porsche, you know? How naive I was. Yes, what a brilliant idea. Get a Porsche when you don't even have an ounce of money. Which reminds me, I'm saving up some money right now to, not for Transformers or anything to properly review, but if you guys, some of you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. I absolutely love the stuff. So, I'm planning on getting some Clone Commando armor. If you guys know what that is, good on you. If you don't, if you know commandos overall, like just the rank or military thing there, then you should know, you know, specialized soldiers trained for combat or special ops. Oh, man. I forgot how challenging this hill is. Right when COVID hit, I remember being stuck inside for so long that I think I gained an additional 50 pounds over a few months. I can thank Hostess for all them damn Twinkies. Should have brought my wallet with me. Could have gone a bottle of water down at our local market. I can get some water when I get there. Good. No cars behind me. That means I can go a little bit to the side. I should probably jog a little bit. There you go. Whew. My God. Like I said, I don't do much physical stuff anymore. I just make walking sticks. I used to make swords, you know? No, I didn't have any forging equipment besides. Besides, what were those things called? The stuff you used to fuse the metal together. Not a blowtorch, but something similar. Oh shit! Foot got caught on a stick. Welder. That's what I'm trying to think of. A welding tool. I had crucibles. That's what I was thinking of earlier. I'd never had crucibles, so I was never into melting down into a forged shape. I just took rebar, metal plates, hammered together, and welded, then sharpened it all. Some came out really well. Some practically blew up whenever I hit them against a tree. Oh man, you guys should have seen me back when I recorded those. Those were good days though, that's for sure. I enjoyed every minute of it. That was during COVID, when it was real big, you know? We're like, oh, stay on your property. If we see you outside without a mask, we're going to arrest you, you know? Yeah. Jesus. I'm sweating buckets over here. I think I'm like 236 right now, which is pretty normal for people, but doctor said for my height and age, I'm only 16, I'm about 5'7", I believe. He said for my height and age, I should be around 210, so I'm about 26 over. which is not great considering considering I don't work out, I don't do sports anymore. You wanna know what I do after school? Besides YouTube and family stuff, freaking Dungeons and Dragons. I've considered recording some of the sessions, but not sure how some of the guys would take it. I get everyone's permission, they're fine with it half the time, but there's some absolutely vile shit that can be said. You know, if you ever played any sort of game with guys or your buddies, there's some crazy shit that you know for a fact they will say, which is why I love D&D. It's absolutely crazy, it's chaos, and I love it for that. I wouldn't have it any other way, that's for sure. But yeah. Oh shit, food. My big back don't need any more of that though. Now if they had water, that would be different. I would have definitely grabbed the water, but no drinks. A lot of canned goods though. I think that's some chicken noodle I saw too, one of my favorites. When I was younger, my favorite food was corn dogs. We used to get those all the time. We still do, but the kids eat them. I don't blame them. When I was younger, when we lived in Wenatchee, we lived on this road, Cherry Street, for a long while, for about 8 years. Every time I go over, Mom always had a box of corn dogs just for me. I remember feeling so special, jaywalking. I remember feeling so special when I was younger. It's like, oh my God, my mom did this just for me. It was nice, you know? I think some of you know that feeling when your mom gets your favorite snack or your favorite food. It's a good feeling. But yeah. You know, for a walk, I'm making some pretty good time. It usually takes me about half an hour to get this far. Some mornings I go to our local Planet Fitness with my grandma, my dad's mom. We work out. I always focus on my cardio, you know? Like, it's always good to focus on your upper body, but I want to get one done first, then focus on the other, then focus back. Then once I'm good, then I focus on both. But until then, I purely want to focus on my cardio. I want to make sure that I'm good where I'm at. Then I can start working on everything at once. So yeah. Man, I forget how nice walking is. If you guys haven't gone for a walk in a while, go for one. Just make sure you got a tool to defend yourself and your phone on you. You see, this phone that I've been recording on currently doesn't have its SIM card, so I have to have my other one on me. I have to pay this phone I'm using off so I can transfer the SIM card in this phone that I have right now in my pocket right now over to this one right now. But haven't been able to pay it off just yet since I don't exactly have a job yet. Searching, that's for sure. I don't like not having work. Not being able to work bothers me a lot. I love working. It keeps the body and mind at a good pace. Hello! Don't know who that was. That was nice though. I remember when I was younger, I'd say hi to everyone. Didn't know the person? Hi! That's just how I was. That was how I was as a kid. Man. You know, for it being a little cooler today and raining, I sure as hell sweating a lot. Say the least. I think I mentioned this a few times already. Body sure ain't what it used to be. I used to be able to handle walks like this like they were nothing. Went to my local Safeway today. Saw an old buddy. I do choir, so went down Safeway. Didn't know he worked there. Got a good surprise. Gave my buddy a good old hug. Chatted for a little bit. Got myself a calzone and some marinara to go with it. I love calzones. Well, maybe because I already love pizza as is, but calzone feels fancier. Feels like you get more out of it, you know? But then you bring up Little Caesars and it's like, oh, that's cheaper and I get more. But yeah. Ooh, there's a yard sale earlier. If you guys don't know, I love yard sales. That's where I find a lot of stuff I get. Not for YouTube, but just other things. Taking a detour because I don't like stopping traffic for any amount of time. Something really comfortable about it. He's going straight. Okay. I guess he's not turning. Good. Like I said, I don't like slowing down traffic or anyone because I feel like a real butthole because of it. You know, I never know what's going through someone's mind, like how quickly they need to get somewhere or why they need to get somewhere. So I don't like taking up anyone's time. I like being as quick as possible when it comes to moving. That, or if I can just find a way to not interfere at all, I'll take it. There's a lot of people I don't like messing with because I don't know what's going on with them, what they're doing, stuff like that. Not sure when the last video stopped. Didn't even realize. Probably was talking to myself for a little while. Which sucks because now I just look like I'm going fucking insane. Which honestly I probably am in some sense. You know? There's only so much you can take of your own family. I love my family to death. Always will, but only so much you can do. I'm not sure when it cut off. I hope it only cut off after the fact I was talking about not liking to delay people. It's not a good feeling. Just saw some dogs behind me at me, so yeah. Still quite away from my buddies. That's a lovely view though. Gotta love Wenatchee. I might not live in Wenatchee, I live in East Wenatchee, but it's all one valley. A lot of us refer to it as the bowl. Honestly, I love that term because that's exactly what it is. Wenatchee Valley is just like a big old bowl. You know, when I was younger and I first learned about global warming, I used to think that all the water from the ocean would just fill up inside this bowl because I was not a smart kid. Just to say that, I was stupid. Still practically stupid, you know, I'm in integrated math still. I suck at math. It's probably one of the things I suck at the most. But yeah. People are looking at me pretty weird since I got a trench coat on in the middle of summer. Honestly, I don't blame them right now. It's not that it's cold, it's like slightly windy with rain. Like that's the most it's feeling like right now. Which honestly isn't the worst. I don't mind it too much. If anything, it just gets me to sweat more. Like I mentioned earlier, I gotta lose weight. So yeah. Those are some lovely flowers. Not those, but those ones right there. One thing I found interesting when I was younger was how rare blue is in nature. You know, there's a lot of blue things that we've made. It did it again. The damn water's trying to stop me from recording my walk. Now, I can't remember what I was saying, considering I don't know when it ended. So we're going back into warm colors being much more common than cool colors. I think I was hopefully able to explain my thoughts on that. With warm colors being a lot more common, I found it interesting that the cool colors, mainly blue and purple, were a lot less common. And it always caught my interest, like, yeah, there's some purple there, but then it's among oranges, yellows, little bits of red, then obviously green. Green's our color of nature and everything. What I was trying to say was, it always intrigued me on that, because people love the cool colors of blue and purple. You know, we had a wedding recently, family friend of ours. She had a wedding. She wanted the theme to be blue. You know, we got a lot of blue in there. But it catches my interest now in the fact that, whoa, it echoes here. But it catches my interest now because of the fact that, yeah, everyone likes blue and purple. So why doesn't nature? Where is our blue and purple plants? You know, like a blue and purple animal, that makes sense. Or not a blue and purple animal, but blue and purple animals. I don't think there's many. Very few. Because it's kind of like a rare mutation. Well, that's probably why. That's probably why we don't see too much blue and purple. The mutations. Okay, I think I just answered my own question. Okay. I mean, that's not a perfect answer, but it's definitely an answer. Blue and purple, or just purple's not as rare, but blue is a much rarer mutation. I just realized a lot of people go by a rarity chart, you know? Gray's common, green's uncommon, then blue's rare. You think of how rare blue is in nature overall, you think blue would be legendary or mythical, with purple being epic, then red and yellow and orange taking up those middle tiers. Because why would you, well, I mean, I guess I know why yellow's legendary. No, gold. Yellow's the closest thing to gold when you want to use the primary colors. Or not primary colors, but the rainbow. That's fair, but what's so rare about blue and orange? You know, I know why, you know, diamonds are clear, but people usually interpret them being blue. And I think diamonds are more expensive than rubies. Just depends on the size, but people associate diamonds with being much more elegant than rubies, from what I've seen. So, why would blue be a much more common tier than red or orange? Because I see people use red as like the mythical color, or rainbow as mythical, which rainbow is pretty fair actually, it's all the colors. But why is blue not legendary or any of that? And what I'm talking about is pretty fucking stupid, considering I've gone from going about my life to curiosities to this now, but I've just been thinking about that now. Yeah, it's a beautiful little thing they got going on there. Last time I walked through here, they were just finishing up the roof on a few of these houses over here. They're going to town down here, though. I don't blame them. It's nice. People over in Natchez are always hard workers. Every person I've met, great people. No, we definitely have a few pretty fucking nasty people here, but we also got a pretty high homeless population, but that's besides the point, you know. Wenatchee as a whole, it's a good community. We might not all know each other. That's Waterville and Douglas. Two towns pretty close to each other, but separate communities. Well, not entirely, but separate enough to still be their own towns. Douglas and Waterville, they practically all know each other, or at least know each other by name or face, which makes sense, you know. Smaller towns, people always have time to know each other. So yeah, always something I found interesting. Getting closer. Once I hit this T intersection up here, I'm going to be going right. Sorry, I was trying to remember my left and right. It's been a little bit. I always enjoyed the trees here. Always nice. Whenever I go into the forest or wooded sections of Wenatchee and its local towns and communities like Kashmir and Leavenworth, I always try and find myself a good stick to start working on. Not too brittle, not too weak. Or not too brittle, but not too flimsy. You want a good in-between. I've found that oak and maple are really nice. There's this guy I've been watching. Geez, a lot of cars are going by right now. There's this guy I've been watching lately. He's making the state maps with each tree, or he's making the Washington country? Yeah, Washington country map. Not Washington. Jesus Christ, the U.S. country map and all 50 states with each state tree as the state. And it's a... They did the damn thing again. What was I saying? Right. There's this guy I've been watching. He's been making the state trees, or Jesus Christ. Man, he's been making the USA map. And each state, he uses their state tree for them. Some states share the same tree, some don't. But I always find it interesting. I don't know why I'm off the sidewalk as well. Right, because there is no sidewalk. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that my phone do that. Keep stopping its recording. I don't like that at all. Rain's picking up, getting closer, but knowing my luck, phone's probably gonna stop recording again. I need to get myself one of them waterproof cases. My buddy hooked me up with one when we were up at Silverwood. I was trying to get some videos for you guys and for my grandpa, who was asking me to get pictures and videos. Wasn't able to, which really sucks. Silverwood trip wasn't too good for choir. There's this kid, I won't say his name, honestly lovely, good friend. I genuinely enjoy being around him, but we were in groups of 5, and 3 of my 5 left me with him. And you see, he has not a mental disability, but a physical one, and he doesn't like going on roller coasters because of it, and I don't blame him. Honestly, I don't. And we had fun at the Boulder Beach section of Silverwood. It was great, but it didn't last long because of the fact that choir being choir, you have to be ready at all times, which really sucks, but it makes sense. Not only is it good just to know when you're ready, but also it's good practice for future planning skills. Because if you suck at planning, you're fucked. That's just how work is. I don't have a job, and even I know that. And I feel bad for people that don't know that, considering the fact that a job is everything for early adulthood and late teens. You know? You don't have a job, you're not going to get much anywhere unless your family's willing to pay for half your shit. That's why I asked for an allowance when I was younger. Because I wanted a way to earn. It stopped my video again. Now, like I was saying, I wanted a way to earn money, but also be able to work for it. So we made a deal. I work as hard as I can, and I would get $20 a month. Nowadays, that's been bumped up to $25 because me being me, buying a bunch of Transformers and toys, which honestly isn't a smart decision. After I get the suit of armor, I'm going to be looking for a proper job, which will be nice. I've been wanting to get a job for a little while. There's There's a lot going on. And I want to be able to get my own things with my own money. I love my grandpa, but I feel guilty as hell whenever he gives me money for allowance. Because I know he worked hard for that money, not me. Yeah, I worked to keep the house clean and did all the stuff he's asked of me, which, you know, used to make me think I earned it, but I didn't know what hard work was like. Hell, to an extent, I still don't. But I want to be able to get work done like a grown man. I want to be able to know that I truly earned what I get. Because that just feels a little more special. When I get my very first paycheck, I want to be able to take my little sister down to McDonald's and get her a Happy Meal, or get her what she wants at the toy store, you know? I want to be able to do stuff for my family that they want to. Video stopped again. When I'm not able to get them what they want for their birthday or Christmas, all because I don't have money. I don't like feeling like that. I want to make sure that my family's happy. I want to make sure they get what they want. You know, I don't want to get them everything they want. You know, my little sister and little brother, they still have to earn it, like I earned my stuff when I was their age, but I do also just want to be able to walk them down to our local mall, take them into the Toys R Us. We have the Macy's, so the top floor is partially a Toys R Us. But yeah, I want to be able to take them to a Toys R Us or GameStop, get my sister some Roblox or some sort of Lego set. She loves Roblox, Minecraft, Legos. She loves all that. So I want to be able to do that type of stuff for her. You know, if you guys are like an older sibling or have family and you care about them like that, then you should understand. There's times where I just feel like I'm too focused on getting stuff done and not being with my family. And I don't like that feeling, you know? It's a weird feeling. I want to be able to do stuff like that for them. Man, this rain is really messing with my phone. It keeps pausing the video. It's almost as if Zeus is up there. No, you can't do this video. If you guys don't know my earlier days on YouTube, I made this mythology playlist going over Hindu, Norse, Greek, Roman, the Celtics, Slavic. You guys know, let's say, I've been around for 16 years. 16 years. Just been doing random shit, seeing what works. If you made it this far, thank you. Honestly, means a lot. Been out here living my life for a long time, you know? Granted, 16 years isn't that long compared to like a 30 or 50-year-old, but sure feels long. Oh, got some dogs over there. Just gotta love animals. We used to have an Aussie Shepherd. His name was Bear. It's my auntie's dog, but I usually took care of him. He was a good boy. Loved him dearly. Well, I guess he wasn't my auntie's. He was my auntie's boyfriend's dog, but because my auntie's boyfriend stayed with us for a very long time, kind of just fell into this stream of it. And when he moved out, he didn't want Bear for a long while, even though it was technically his dog. And Patty, I just dropped her name, lovely. I did not mean to do that. My auntie, she wasn't able to take care of him entirely because she had a kid of her own with him. I love my auntie a lot. She's a great person. She has another kid with this new guy. This new guy's wonderful. I am proud to call him my uncle. Honestly, he's great. And honestly, if he ever pops up during one of my videos, I would love for you guys to meet him. He is great. Loves gaming. He's a great dad. He's wonderful. Yeah, my little cousin, my auntie's first kid. She's a good kid. She was really young though when my auntie had Bear. So Bear stayed in my room for a long while. So my earliest videos, when I didn't have myself set up, that's because that's where his bed was. That's where Bear's bed was for a long while. You know, he was chilling on the floor with his own little bed. When he was ready for us to sleep, he'd climb up on mine, relax with me. This is before I had my TV in there too. So I put some music on, started reading a book. He'd just be on my lap, sleeping. You know. Dang, sorry. But yeah, it sucks not having him. We don't really know where he is because my auntie's former boyfriend, I'll just say his name, because Javier, my auntie's boyfriend, he gave Bear away, which really sucked considering the fact that I absolutely loved Bear. And if I knew he was just going to do that, I might as well have just kept him. But that wasn't my choice to make, because not only would I not have had the money for it, but I also just didn't have the money to transfer all that type of stuff over, and he didn't want to do that either. So yeah, we don't know where Bear is, what he's doing, and now I don't know what I'm doing right now. You know, I love Bear. Probably one of the best dogs I've ever had. Probably one of the best pets I've ever had. Even if he wasn't mine. I love that dog. Sorry, the video paused again. I didn't even realize. So yeah, almost to the house. Just wanted to get back on to say probably going to be the last section of this video. Just a little further and I'll be at his house. So yeah, it'll be nice seeing him though. It's been a little while. Probably won't hang out for long. Gonna come back down this road because my auntie is also on this road. Not the auntie I was talking about, but my dad's sister. She's wonderful, by the way. If you guys ever get a chance to meet her, I'd love for you guys to. She's currently moving up to Pullman because there's I believe a university up there that she's going to. Then my uncle, he works at the local Costco down here. There's one up there. The manager he works with transferred from the one in Pullman. So he's already gotten a recommendation, and I believe he's already gotten the position up there to start working once he does move up there, which will be great. It's always good to see my family succeed. So yeah, I believe that's it for today. I'll see you all in the next video. Probably going to be a review on one of the 86 Constructicons, or maybe one of the aerial bots. I'm still figuring out. I want it to be a combiner limb though, so yeah. Until then, see you next time, my monkeys. Take care and goodbye. Hey guys, so I lied. That was not going to be the end of the video. I originally intended on it being, but the rain has stopped. So I thought no better time than just to do it now. Found this cool stick. Has a lot of turns and curls in it. Not sure how well it'll turn out once I start carving and shaving it and sanding it, but I have hope. Currently going through another way back home. Wasn't able to visit my aunt. Not sure if she just... Oh, sprinklers. I wasn't sure if she just wasn't home or has her notifications off, but yeah, it was gonna be more like a surprise visit. She didn't know I was going over to visit real quickly. I did give the chance, the Optimus Hot Wheel and Galvatron instructions to my brother, though. We hung out for a few hours. I lost track of time. I was planning on returning maybe just a few minutes after I dropped it off, but yeah, little doggy over there. I'm not sure if you guys can see him because the sun's in the way, but yeah. Currently on my way home. Oh, you're all right, buddy. I ain't gonna do anything. Rain stopped, so there's no need for the coat, but I'm just wearing it now because I am too lazy to hold it, and I found this cool stick. So yeah. My feet still hurt from the first time going up all that hill. We're going to be coming up next to the highway for a good majority of the walk. Then we're going up another hill, the same hill that we first started going up, because we're going to go through a similar path. Not exactly the same path, but close. So yeah, there's a bird right there. Not sure if you guys can see him. He's kind of just doing his own thing. There he is. Little bird. Yep, there he goes. But yeah, gonna probably cut down some of this end there. Then just enjoy working on this. It's actually a little flexible, not too brittle. The only things that are brittle are the little parts, and I was planning on cutting those off anyways, so it just makes my job a little bit easier, which is nice. I'm not sure what type of tree this branch belonged to, but it's gonna be fun. I always enjoy working with new pieces of wood or new plants. There's times where I used windbreaker pretty often for my walking sticks, because, you know, windbreaker is durable, flexible, not too brittle. So when my friend of mine, they were cutting down a lot of branches from their windbreakers to shorten them just a little bit, I came by and collected as many big branches as possible so I can start working on those. Look at those flowers. Ain't that lovely? I love the little rock wall they got going there too. Looks nice. That pool's looks like either they're taking it down or it just collapsed on its own. Possible. Some pools just aren't able to hold up on their own for too long, which is just bad design. But it happens. Look both ways. Alrighty. We cross now. Gotta get home soon. Take some Tylenol. My jaw's been hurting pretty bad lately. I have tooth decay in one of my molars, so it's been hurting pretty bad. I take 2 8-hour Tylenols every 8 hours. Can't go over 4,000 though. If I go over 4,000, that heightens the chance of or that gives a chance for me to not, what was it, damage to the liver, because liver is what processes a lot of the stuff from the Tylenol. Excuse me, sorry. Had phlegm for a little while. Well, not a little while, ever since I think I was 5, had phlegm. Not sure what causes it. Should probably look into that when I get home as well. But yeah, it's nice just to go out walking though. Nice fresh air. Helps me think. It's always nice, you know? During these walks, I usually listen to 80s music, or 90s, or jazz. Jazz was in both those eras, but I consider jazz its whole other thing because I also listen to a lot of Frank Sinatra, Louis Armstrong, kind of the big names there, but there's others I listen to too. Or there's others I listen to as well. That would be proper grammar there, I believe. But yeah, kind of just enjoying the walk. I used to walk up to my brothers all the time. You know, when I walked up here, every time a semi went by, I'd always do the horn thing. You know, where you move your arm in a way that's supposed to represent the trucker's horn. I do that as often as possible. Every once in a while, we get a trucker to do it. A lot of times they don't, which sucks. I remember when I was a kid, that was the thing to do. Nowadays, a lot of kids don't know it, which sucks. Honestly, it sucks a lot, because there's something fun about it. You know, whenever I still do that, by the way. Whenever I do it, I see the goofiest smile on these truckers' faces, and I love every minute of it, because I know they enjoy it as much as I enjoy it. A lot of people are looking at me weird. Makes sense. It's the middle of summer and I'm wearing a trench coat, or a long coat. Trench coats go to your shins. Long coats stop at the knees, I believe. I don't blame them though. You know? I really don't blame them looking at me all weird. I got a weird looking stick. I'm wearing a coat during the summer, and I have no excuse to wear it now since it's no longer raining. They have every right to look at me pretty weird. You know, we're in the U.S. Freedom is the right of all. You know, it's a free country. You can do what you want, but that doesn't mean you won't get in trouble for a good chunk of it. Laws are in place for a reason, even if it is the land of the free. Because maybe there's just some things that we don't want having free there. They're fucking littering. That's a giant buzzball. I used to enjoy going on the back roads. Or if I had my scooter, or if that's still, if my electric scooter could go uphill, I'd find a way to mount my phone and go on the trails for you guys, because there's something fun about it. I never recorded my trips, but I always enjoyed them. I'd always keep an eye out for neat pieces of metal or whatever else is out there. Found some pretty rare coins. Wheat pennies aren't too rare, but I got a handful of those. Got some tax tokens. Let's see, what else do I got? I have a George Washington dollar coin, a few Sacagawea dollars. Then I have some Link Transit coins. Those aren't too rare, but this is before they used to do stuff for free. So Link Transit for a while, you know, charged money, but after ever since COVID, they've just been doing it for free now, which is nice. I won't lie, it's convenient. I think they get their budget from taxes now, which, I mean, it makes sense. You know, gotta get money somehow. If they can't get it out of people paying directly, it might as well be through taxes. You know, schools through taxes, firefighter and police departments through taxes as well. I think a few nonprofits get their budget from taxes, not just donations. I have a buddy, CJ. He's the guy I do choir with. I think I mentioned him. He was the guy got to see again down at Safeway. Hello. I'm not sure if she saw me. Nice lady over there. I believe that's my buddy's grandma. She's lovely. But yeah, my buddy CJ. He has a car, very boxy. We always, I'm not sure if he ever liked the nickname, but we always called his car the Toaster because of how much his particular car looks like one. There's one time I suggested to him for Halloween, he should cover his car in tin foil or a silver paint, dress up as a piece of toast, and bam, he could truly rock the Toaster nickname. It's always kind of stupid. It was a stupid idea, but I found it funny. He did too. He never went through with it though. You know, he just graduated this year. But it was always something I found pretty funny. Yeah, so I think I mentioned it earlier though. Saw him today though. Gave him a big old hug. Talked for a little bit, and then he went back to working. He was on his break, which makes sense, you know. Why wouldn't he? He's already in his uniform, and I saw his rig there before we went inside, so makes sense that he was on his break. He was over at Goodwill getting something to snack on. I don't blame him. They got a lot of good deals over there. Feels weird talking to no one while walking. Like, I know a few people are going to see this video, but for the most part, it's weird. I've grown so used to not talking at all, or at most talking just briefly to myself during these walks. And now I'm out here talking to you guys. I mean, granted, it looks like I'm talking to myself and it makes sense. No, there's no one next to me. Ooh, bottle cap. I don't need it though. I got a little garbage bag full of root beer bottle caps for my buddy. I don't know why I collect them still. I had a weird obsession with Fallout for a little bit, so I have a little planter full of bottle caps. It's almost full too. My buddy, he drinks a lot of root beer bottles, so he just gives me a bunch of his caps. So after I went to go visit my brother there, he gave me a full little baggie full of bottle caps. It's hilarious to me. He has fun with it too. That's the best part. I know for a fact he has fun with it because he deliberately looks me dead in the eyes and says, "Here's your payment," then tosses the bag at me each time. It's hilarious to me. He has fun with it. I have fun with it. But yeah. I need to do more walks. My feet are getting hurt too easily right now. All I know is my feet are gonna be sore when I get home, which honestly makes sense. Like I said, I'm like 250, 260, not 60, my bad, 236 or 235. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I've been at it for a little while now, though. Man, I wish I knew how to ride a bike. Oh yeah. Probably a little weird to mention now. I don't know how to ride a bike. I've tried for years. Then the one time I finally want to start trying it, it turns out they gave away my bike, which makes sense. You know, I haven't ridden it in a while, but wanted to try out and learn it at least. Wanted to see if I could get a hang of it. Because I'm already really good at bouncing, you know. Gonna run. I say because I'm already good at balancing. You know, I balance on scooters. Because, you know, scooters nothing but balance. You just stand and bounce. See, I can't sit in balance though. That's just a really uncomfortable thing for me to do. Seems like there's a little family coming up. All right, I'm gonna stop this section for a little bit. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. I don't like recording people I don't know. It feels weird posting a video and out of nowhere, this random family, none of their business, having to be posted, and yet I accidentally do that. So yeah, sorry if the pause is a little abrupt for you guys. I don't like doing that to people. It's weird. It's weird to me, and I know for a fact it's gonna be weird to them if I did that. It's also just really uncomfortable for people. Like, I know for a fact they don't want to show up in some random guy's video. You know, if people are in cars, that's different. It's really difficult to get their face. You know, it's easy for me to see who they are, but it won't be as easy for you guys. Not only because the camera is moving, but also just because I'm using an Android. Quality's not as good as an iPhone, but I'll take durability over camera quality any day. Plus, Androids always last longer when charging. Or not charging, but after you get it fully charged to 100%, I find that the Android always lasts longer. I would say I tossed my iPhone onto my bed one time out of nowhere. It doesn't even hit anything hard either. This is the best part. It doesn't even hit anything hard. Now there's a crack on the back of it because, oh, what a brilliant idea. Let's use glass as part of our decoration. Yeah, look where that got you. Bunch of cracked backs on the phones. There's a reason why I prefer Androids though. They're just, ooh, Squirt. Sorry, Squirt's one of my favorite sodas out there, man. It probably is my favorite now that I think about it. With my second favorite being Orange Crush or Sunkiss. Personal preference. I cannot get behind Fanta nowadays though. I don't know what it is. I think they changed the recipe or something because they have this weird waxy aftertaste after I get done drinking an orange Fanta. Granted, those are the ones from the cans though, so that might be different. But yeah. Oh, that beautiful, I think that's lavender. That or lilac. No, lilac's more of a pink. That has to be lavender. Yeah, that's lavender. Smells like it. Or at least it smells like it. I used to do floral design when I was, last year. Only for one semester I did floral design. It was nice. I had fun. Teacher was a little weird. She has a thing for making life difficult for the disabled, which really sucks, considering the fact that she teaches not only floral design, advanced floral design, but she also teaches plant biology, which, if you don't have all your science credits, is a requirement because, you know, credits mean a lot for graduating. You know, I'm missing a few credits for electives. I'm pretty good on math. What the fuck? Dumbass. Sorry, that car that's going in front of us right now, the only reason why I ran across was because I thought she was going straight. This motherfucker didn't even go straight. She turns. Best part, she didn't even use her damn blinker. I hate when people don't do that. You know, it's like, there's a reason why blinkers are there. There's a reason why cars are built the way they are. You know, you have a blinker for a reason, and that's to let people know, hey, you're turning. It gives them a reason to hurry up whenever they're crossing. But no, instead, you don't even turn your blinker on. I don't know why I'm holding on to that. I really don't need to. Just stupid though. You know, now I'm talking about cars. One color of car I haven't seen in a long time, orange. I don't think I've seen an orange car in years. I've seen a hot pink car way more than I've seen an orange car. I've seen gold, teal. There's some teal cars here that rock it, by the way. There's a Humvee somewhere around here that's rocking teal right now, and it looks good. Say, whoever rocked that car out also rocked everything else out, because it's in great shape, has a great grill and bumper. I'll say it looks like it can absolutely demolish any car that hits it. That's for sure. But yeah, getting closer to being home. That's a power line, I think. Looks like, also I don't know what it looks like. I just really hope that it's not powered right now, because that's safety risk if it is. I don't know why I held my ass out there, but I did. Yeah, taking it a different way though. Really full of, well, not much actually, just a lot of houses. I was gonna say full of life, which it is, but not like the trail, not like the path we took the first time. I'm not sure. I might want to separate my trip back as its own video than my trip to as its own video. Or maybe I do connect them, I don't know. I don't know if people want to even listen to me walk. Like, oh yeah, there's this guy, Monke. He was walking to his buddies. Said some really interesting stuff. I didn't say anything interesting. I'm just talking about what I'm doing now. Sharing thoughts, talking about what's been going on lately. Yeah, nothing much. Starting driving to school tomorrow. It'll be nice. I've been wanting to do that for a little bit. Honestly, I've been looking forward to starting driving school a lot. I want to get myself a Jeep Willie. It's one of these older Jeep models. It's a nice one too. I think they're only asking $4,000 for it. It was further up. If you're going from East Wenatchee to Cashmere, there's this little gas station, and then there's this little town section around there. There was this guy selling a nice dark forest green Jeep Willie up there just for $4,000. It was in good shape too. Weren't able to ask him too many questions, but just from pure looks alone, it looked like it had everything intact. I'd have to change the engine out if it's the original engine though. Sorry, I don't like talking when big old vehicles like that go by. Makes it harder to hear. But yeah, I'm not sure if he's still selling it. You know, he was selling it just a few years ago, but yeah. This was before I turned 16. Not in December, but I believe October or November when we last saw it. Probably has sold now. Not a bad rig though. Not a bad rig. But if it has its original engine, I'd have to switch that out for a newer one. Because I believe the original engine in those Willies, I think only went to 40 miles max. And you know, highways, they go up to 60, I believe, or 70. So I want to be able to get an engine that can run that thing up to those miles. Which, you know, engines are expensive. But yeah. Funniest thing though is those Jeeps, I believe they can just fit into beds of trucks nowadays really easily. If the tail gets closed. You know? Which is really funny to me. Because the military use Jeeps like that, you know? Because they can crawl up terrain really easily. And I find it funny that this little Jeep was mass produced for the military, and First of all, it's really cheap to get now. Its parts are pretty easy to find, if you're lucky at times, but and I say if you're really unlucky, then you might have a horrible experience trying to get one together, but if it's pretty easy to find their parts. They were produced to hell and back, man. There was a lot of them. Getting closer to home, that's for sure. Slowly but surely. It's crazy to think I've been doing YouTube for about, what, 4 or 5 years now. Started back in 2020. I think it was April of 2020 I started. Good times. Good times. Man, there's a school I went to from my middle school. Hated it. It wasn't that. Frog. Taking that with me. It's just pretty neat. Gonna clean it off. Probably give it to my little cousin. Or my grandma. My grandma loves frogs. She's got whole shelves full of them. A lot of her garden decorations are frogs. She's just got these little bouncy ones too. It's like a bobblehead, but instead of the head, it's the legs that help bounce it. So the entire body bounces while the legs are where it starts. Now back to my middle school. I hated it. The counselors were nice, but my math and English teacher for my last year at my middle school, they were bitches. For lack of better words, they were absolute assholes. I've never hated someone so much. My math teacher yelled at me over using a calligraphy pen. I was given calligraphy pens for my birthday, by the way, and I just wanted to try them out. I got yelled at all about how calligraphy pens can make such a big mess. Go to the principal's office and all that. I said, like, what? I went to the principal's office about fucking calligraphy pens. The principal thought she was fucking stupid too. You know, it wasn't great. It was not great. Then my English teacher, her husband was the PE teacher. Her husband was awesome, by the way. He was a great guy. His wife, though, she was a real piece of work. She'd start raising her voice at everyone just because a few kids didn't quite understand the concept entirely. Which, I mean, those few kids, their second language was English. Of course they're not going to understand it entirely. There's going to be times where people just don't understand. My first language is English. I don't have a second language yet. I'm still confused about, not vowels, but like verbs, nouns and stuff. Like, I understand what you're saying, but there's going to be times where I'm like, huh? You know, I can't remember everything all the time, which sucks considering I'm going to be a junior I am a junior. I say I'm a junior now. We have this whole ceremony at our high school where they officially, once the seniors graduate, they have that whole ceremony. Then during the same day or same assembly, they move juniors to seniors and sophomores to juniors, which is nice. So yeah, I guess I'm technically a junior already, but it's it, man, it's not great, you know. My grade, or my generation, maybe not my generation, but yeah, my grade of kids currently were the last generation to learn cursive. We all learned it in 3rd grade, whether it be at Kenroy, Lee, or Grant Elementary. They, I believe, don't teach cursive anymore, which is scary, considering that a lot of early written language, or I believe 80s, early 90s, and just a lot of it. Sorry, I didn't realize there's a few guys in front of me talking. But considering a lot of language and history texts and stuff is cursive, it really sucks that a lot of kids can't. I can care less if they don't write it, but it really sucks that they can't read it. Hello. Yeah, they're having a serious conversation. I don't think they heard me anyways. I don't blame them. They're probably ignoring me too. I probably look crazy talking into a phone, holding a walking stick, and rocking this coat. Oh, some kids coming up. Alrighty, I'll start back in a minute. Alrighty, I'm back. They've passed. They asked me a question. It was a simple one. How are you doing? I said good. Asked them the same. They said good. And now they've left on their scooters. Also, if you're wondering why I'm going towards the Sterling School, I'm going through the sidewalk since there's not a sidewalk up there. Which really sucks, by the way. I don't think too many people like having to dip down then go back up. I mean, it's not like it's a big deal, but I know some people probably don't appreciate it too much. You see, the junior high, when I say this, doesn't really relate to the sidewalk too much. The junior high, okay, before I start going into junior high stuff, I do choir, and because of that, the junior high over here used to have a choir program, a whole class and everything. They don't have that anymore. I think they replaced that with strings, which honestly, good for them. I love string instruments. Used to play the acoustic guitar all the time. My dumbass forgot how to play now. It's been a while. I used to play the ukulele too. My ukulele broke though, so I don't have one. My grandpa gave it to my little sister for a little bit for her to try out, and she broke all the strings and broke the neck for it, which really sucks ass, but I can't do anything about it. Just how it goes. Just how it goes. But yeah, I ain't going through that. There's sprinklers going right now. Let's see, if that water was clean, I'd probably drink some of it right now. We need a water fountain at Kenwright Park over here, by the way. That would be greatly appreciated. Because I know for a fact some people get thirsty down here and completely forgot to bring something to drink with them. I'm one of those people. I'm very forgetful. Now, back to what I was saying about choir. You see, the junior high doesn't have a choir program anymore, but Sterling does, this school. So, we have to walk all the way from the junior high, then all the way back. Sorry, there's a truck going by as well. But yeah, you'd walk all the way from over there, all the way to over there, which isn't the worst. Honestly, the camera's view makes it look like it's a lot further, but it's not too bad. You just go down that sidewalk, come up a little bit, then go through the softball field, then inside the building. But it is a little crazy to me that, I mean, it makes sense though. Saves on money pretty well, I believe. And it's just a system that works. They've been doing it for a few years, but it works, so I can't complain too much. It does suck that they got rid of the junior high choir program though, because I would have been down for that. I love choir. I started it 2 years ago, and I wouldn't change anything about it, except for some of the people in it. There are some real assholes in there. I think there's just some real assholes in a lot of stuff, though. I don't know. I don't know, though, you know? Man, you guys are probably bored. I don't blame you. I'm bored. Almost home, though. We're almost home. You guys probably don't recognize this road, unless if you live in the surrounding towns or in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, you probably do, but if you don't, I don't really blame you. I think most of you guys aren't even from Washington. I know some of you are, but I believe most of you aren't. YouTube analytics allows me to see majorities and stuff about where some people are, where some people aren't. So yeah. Probably gonna take a picture of the view, use that as the thumbnail, because once we get to my house, we got a good view of the sun and of the mountains. My grandpa and grandma got their house on a good deal. Over here is where an old friend of mine used to live. Moved up to Kashmir. His mom got a good job up there. Him and... Sorry about that. Him and I still talk. Not too much, but occasionally. If he wants to check up on me or if I want to check up on him, we talk for a little bit, catch up, then wait a few more months. It's a cycle, one that we don't mind. He lets me know when he comes into town, and I let him know whenever I'm up in Kashmir. We try to get together for just a little bit, then that's about it. Man. I feel time creeping up on me already. You know? When you realize you can't enjoy the things you used to when you're younger. And I'm only 16 and I already feel that. Probably doesn't mean too much to anyone over the age of 16. And I'm like, oh, he's 16, he doesn't understand it all yet. And honestly, I don't. I really don't. But I like to try to. Because once I understand what one person goes through, it makes it easier for me to understand what another goes through. It's just something that helps me. I enjoy helping people. Honestly, I do. It's a good feeling. I don't like not having stuff to do. It's a weird feeling for me. Really weird. So I enjoy helping when I can. That's a good dog. Not barking at me. You probably might not be able to hear the dog's chain is jingling. Not barking at me though. That's nice. It understands that I'm not gonna jump over this fence. Got no reason to. It's not like I'm desperate for money yet. And even if I was, I'd rather kick the bucket than hurt people. Just something about how the world goes. I don't like hurting people. The only reason I'd ever hurt someone is if they attack me or threaten to hurt my family or friends. I don't like fighting. If I have to, then I will, but besides that, I avoid it. It's like a plague. Once you get the feeling for it once, you want to keep going. It's not like a plague, it's more like a drug. You get addicted to the adrenaline rush of it. Then people just keep trying to do it. Oh, family coming up. See you guys in a little bit. Alright, I'm back. Almost home now. Just got a little bit left to go. There's that view I was talking about though. It's nice, ain't it? I get to wake up to that every day, and I'm grateful for it. I wouldn't be happier with anything else. I'm content with my life right now. Yeah, it's good to have a little ambition, but for the most part, I'm content. Got no reason to argue with it. So yeah. Well, made it home. That all being said, see you all in the next video. Gonna take our thumbnail, then probably clip it all together. See you guys.